friends, it's Carolyn Zook with C-Zook Stitch, and today we are going to do a Nashville needlework market shop with me. So I suggest you get something to drink. I have my coffee here in my Proud Homebody mug. I have a pen and a piece of paper because I also haven't looked at these yet. I mean, I've seen some sneak peeks online and stuff, but I haven't really dove in and made my pre-order list. So grab the same and I'll flip you around and we'll go shopping together. I am here at the garon-stitchery.com site, and I will leave that link in the description box down below. But this is the homepage right when you go to their website. And I like using their website, and I like pre-ordering most of my items from them because they have quick service, great, easy to work with, and their website I find to be really easy to navigate. So you're on the homepage, and where you go to is this very top over on the far left of the page. It says 2025 Nashville Market Pre-Order. So we're going to click on that. And they have a little description here that tells you exactly what you need to do in order to pre-order. So all the items are shown as sold out because they are pre-orders. So you need to make your list with your pen and paper and then send an email to garon.totenbags@gmail.com. And make sure in that email that you include your first and last name, your PayPal email, your zip code, the name of the chart, and the name of the designer, just because some designers have the same name chart. And I will say that, you know, when you pre-order something from any shop, it's as though you are ordering it. So you don't want to pre-order the same item from multiple shops unless you want multiple copies. But please respect the shop's hard work that they do in pre-ordering items for us. So if you pre-order, consider that a sold chart. It's not just maybe I want this when it comes in. They will charge you for it. And then when it comes in, when they come back from market, and then they'll ship it out to you. So let's go ahead and get started. And they have the pre-order dates on a lot of these products, I noticed. So we can pay attention to that. And I'll try to go through this fairly quickly. I know sometimes these take a while. But our first one is the 2025 Nashville exclusive kit called the Stitcher. It is by the Primitive Hair. Pre-orders by February 20th. Kit includes pattern and fabric. We don't know anything more than that. So I do really like this one. I really like the silhouette of her. I know it's an exclusive kit, but I have a lot of fabric at home, so I may wait on this one. It's $44, which is not a bad deal for the pattern and the fabric. Now, for the exclusive, sometimes it means that you won't be able to get the kit later, but you could maybe just get the pattern or just the fabric later. I'm not sure. I know that Garon puts in as much information as the designer gives them. So we don't know what size the fabric is or anything like that because they don't know. Okay, so this is the Stitcher. I really like that. I think that's a beautiful one. A lot of dark colors. Next up is A Breath of Spring by Fox and Rabbit. That's really pretty, bright colors for spring. There's a little puppy dog and a beehive. This one, pre-order was due by January 2nd. So you'll have to hold off until after market when it's released to the public. But this is 113 by 86, and it's $14. Next up, we have A French Rose Les Petites Accoutrements. This is by Running with Needles and Scissors. This is $14. Pre-orders are due by February 20th. And it looks like, let's see, I'm assuming you get the charts to work on each of these items. Look how pretty this one is over here. This one. It's really pretty. It looks like it's a needle book. These are sometimes like jewelry cases that people design something for and put in to use as a stitching box. Here's a strawberry. I don't know if that's just for the picture. The button's probably just for the picture, but really, really pretty and sweet. Okay, so next up is A French Rose. See, similar name. Marie Valet by Running with Needles and Scissors. Oh, this is just, okay, that's why it's the same name. It's by the same designer. So that's if you want just this item. It's really pretty. I love the, looks like they just put lace around the edges, which is a great idea. That's $14, due by February 20th. And we don't know how big it is. Can't be that big, right? Next up is The Gathering of Acorns. This is by Fox and Rabbit. And I know that this was one of the Acorns and Threads, one of their exclusives. So it must be able to be released to the public. So this is really pretty with all the acorns and the lady. You could easily customize the color of the house and the lady's dress if you wanted to. That one is $16. Pre-orders due by February 20th. Next up is A Gift of Love Birth Register by Needlework Press. So this is like a baby sampler, basically. Register a birth. This is a very unique one, right? Because it's not very childish at all, I don't think, with the colors and the designs. So really, really unique. Register a birth. And so you can put the name in there, born on the day, put the date. So really unique piece. $16, ordered by February 20th. Next up is A Healing Prayer. This is by Sambry Stitches. I like her stuff. Look at that pretty border. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say amen. Really pretty. Whoops. And look at those pretty doves there. So this one is $14.50. Pre-orders due by February 15th. This next one is A Needle Card Collection by Antique Needleworks. Let's take a look here. So you have they're almost like little artist trading cards. Really pretty. I don't know how big they are. Really unique designs. I haven't seen anything like that. $22. Pre-orders due by February 25th. So that's really cool. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like you get 10 cards. So that's a good price for 10 little patterns there. Next up is A Parlor Pincushion by Needlework Press. This is $16. And it looks like you can see the difference when it's stitched on different color fabric. So that can't be that big, right? I love those colors and how they work so well together. This is $16, due by February 20th. Next up is A Spooky Flight. This is by Autumn Lane. This is a cute little pumpkin witch with a crow on her broom. Very cute. I know Gary will love her. This one is $11, due by February 20th. Next up is A Stitcher's Blessing by Sambry Stitches. Another cute one. So it says, may your stash be ever plentiful. May your needles be forever sharp. May your skein of floss be eternally full. Oh, that's really sweet. I like that. I'm a cross stitcher. I paint with thread. So I think you probably get both of those charts in there. That's really pretty. And you could customize it to fit the decor of your room if you wanted to. That's $14, due by February 15th. Really, really like that. Look at the skeins of floss in there. Really sweet. Next up is A Stitcher's Quaker by Luminous Fiber Arts. So let's take a look at this one. Really pretty, the red, all in red. Again, you can pick whatever color you want that fits with your decor. I love these little floss bobbins, the scissors, the pincushion with the bird on it. This is a really pretty one. Oh, and the words S-T-I-T-C-H. Do you see that? The letters spell out stitch. All right. So this one's $12, due by February 15th. Next up is A Study in Garden Fairies. This is by the Artsy Housewife. This is $16, due by February 25th. A Study in Garden Fairies. So obviously it's a big butterfly. Really pretty. Really unique. I really like her stuff. I don't know if I own any of her stuff or I know I haven't ever stitched anything by hers. I don't know if I even have her patterns, but I really like it. Garden Fairies. Really unique. Okay, next up. Sorry, I need coffee. A Time to Sew by Teresa Kogut. And A Time to Sew, SOW, with the house. And look at the little nest in the tree. That's really pretty. So this is a great spring piece. Oh, it's a spring right there. And the cat walking on the tulips. So sweet. Time to Sew. $14, due by February 19th. This next one is called A Vintage Little Christmas by Luminous Fiber Arts, and you get two charts, it looks like. Jolly Happy with the snowman and Ho 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 with the Santa. Those are super cute. They look like they're stitched in one color. $12, due by February 15th. Next up is AD Sampler by Red Barn Samplers. Look at that sweet piece. I also love that frame. But I love how they use all the different colors. 1894 it was originally stitched in. So that's really sweet. This is good if you want to try a sampler, but you haven't, because this is just like a small, simple one. I don't know how big it is, but it's $10. February 20th is the due date. But it can't be that big, right? So if you wanted to try your hand at a sampler, this would be a good one to try. Next up is Ada May 1881 by Red Barn Samplers. Look at those colors, those bright colors. Suffer the little children to come unto me. St. Mark. I can't tell what that says. Ada May something. Pringle. Ada May Pringle. Because I could tell right up there. Okay. 1881 up there in the corners. And you could even put like the date you complete it down there if you wanted to. Really pretty. I love the bright colors. This one is $14, due by February 20th. And when I say due, I mean the pre-order is due. I think you probably figured that. This next one is called Affection and Duty Sampler. It's by Kathy Barrick. A sampler resembles an elegant mind whose passions by reason subdued and refined move only in lines of affection and duty, reflecting a picture of order and beauty. Really, really pretty. Look at her dress. Isn't that beautiful? And all the birds around it. That's a really unique piece too. I feel like there's a lot of really unique pieces this time around. That one is $14, due by February 25th. Okay, this next one is called Afloat by Twin Peak Primitives. Look at that. It's a big giant whale, blue whale, maybe, that's made into a boat. That's really cool. That one is $13, due by February 15th. Next up is Afternoon Tea Pin Set. This is by the Primitive Hair. So you get the pins. Look at these really cutie pins. Like, oh, they have daisies on them. Dang it. So there's a little teapot with a teacup, and it looks like maybe a piece of cake or sweet something. Look at the little daisies with them on there. Afternoon Tea Pin Set, due by February 20th. It's $22. Next up, Agnes McGarth Leith, 1867. This is by Old Willow Stitchery. Look at this sampler. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at it looks like it's only two maybe colors. So that would be kind of nice to do with just two colors. It's $12. February 20th is the due date. Doesn't look that big. Next up is All the Stars by Artsy Housewife. So let's take a look at this. All the Stars is a limited run collaboration project with Cross Stitch the Rainbow. Okay, so that is what you're stitching there. Really, really pretty. That one is $7. It's due by February 20th. I don't know anything more about that one. Like I said, I haven't seen much, purposely haven't seen much about these because I wanted to see them kind of for the first time with you all. So this next one is called Alphabet Garden Somerset by Jeanette Douglas. I have a lot of Jeanette Douglas patterns. I really do like this one with the flowers. I might leave the alphabet out and put in more little, she has a little butterfly, a little bird. It's really, really pretty. That one is $12, due by January 2nd. Okay, so we've missed that. But we do know the stitch count is 162 by 49. So it's long, but it's not very tall. So while you may not be able to get this one at Nashville, write it down and wait for it to be released to the public. This next one is called Amelia Fox 1868 Bristol Orphanage Sampler by Cross Stitch Antiques. I love their stuff. I have several of their patterns, and I haven't stitched any of them, I don't think. Okay, let me try to make this bigger. So you can kind of see there's some alphabets in here. There's something in there. I can't see what it is. I can't see if it's more alphabet or if it's like a phrase or a saying. I think this is a phrase or maybe a Bible verse. And then you have all these like borders. Really cool piece. All stitched in one color. That one is $36, due by February 25th. Next up is Americana White by October House Fiber Arts. So this is all done in white on like a almost vintage country mocha piece or something. I'm not sure. I just kind of made that up. Don't quote me. There's a church. There's an alphabet. I see some stitching scissors in here. I see maybe a quilt or an afghan. Here's an iron. There's your thread bobbins and other stitchy scissors. Really pretty. Really pretty piece. That one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is Amphibian Alchemist. This is by Fine Frog Stitching. Look at that. For those of you who love frogs, with his little wizard hat on, and he's hugging the little beaker. That's really cute. And look at the scene in the beaker. Very cool. I haven't heard of this designer before, so maybe they're new, maybe they're not, and I just haven't heard of them. That one is $11, due by February 25th. Bright colors on that one. I like it. This next one is called Amur Leopard by Lindy Stitches. Look at that. Look at the kitty cat. I won't pet it. But really, really beautiful piece. This is $12, due by February 25th. The kitty cat. This next one is called Ann Davis Sampler by Needlework Press. So it's a sampler. Look at it. It's kind of done in like a brown, it looks like. Variegated, because you can see in this tree and the bird that it's really variegated. So you have your alphabet. In uppercase, you have your numbers through 14, which is kind of funny. And then you have a lowercase alphabet and numbers 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9. I'm not sure what that represents. This says, there is beyond the sky a heaven of joy and love, and holy children, when they die, go to the world above. Ann Davis, her work, she was 10 when she did this. Amazing. Oh, I guess there is some other colors over here. There's some white in there as well. Okay, so this one is $16, due by February 20th. Next up is Anne's Orchard by Petal Pusher. Look at this. This is really cute with all those trees on all the different colors. What a great spring piece. Could you imagine just living there and like you have seclusion from your neighbors, but they're still close by. You just go through those little trees and you'll be at your neighbors and go through those trees. And there's a pond. I think it's really cute. $10, due by February 24th. Next up is Anique Boer, 1801 by Twin Peak Primitives. Wow, look at this one. Look at her. She's feeding the chickens. It's all in red. You have your alphabet, your numbers. There's a bird house, and then your chickens and roosters and feed and the border. Beautiful, beautiful piece. I would love to see the original from 1801. That one is $14, due by February 15th, which is today, folks. That's today. Next up is April Dodo by Lindy Stitches. So she had a stamp club, and I think this is released like a chart of the month type thing, stamp club, a couple years ago, and now I think she's releasing them. Cute. That one is $10, due by February 25th. Next up is Are You Afraid of the Dark, exclusive by Cricklewood Crossing. Ooh, spooky. Oh, yeah. I remember I saw this at the Stitching in the Wild. They had this piece. And what I wanted was I really wanted this piece back here as a chart. It's not part of the chart. It's just like a postcard or something they used for designing. But like that's the piece I really, really want. But Are You Afraid of the Dark? Look at that skull and crow. And I think that's a pumpkin, but it kind of looks like fire. It's really cool. And then you also get these three, raven, bats, and spider. You get all of that. This one is $12. Oh, they give you the stitch count. So the big one is 147 by 130. That's that one. 55 by, and then the others are about 55 by 45, 53 by 56, and 62 by 32. So that must be these three little ones. And they stitched it on 36 count Cripium by Pictureless Plus, and it calls for cottage garden threads, and there's the ones that they call for. So you get 4 little charts for $12. That's an exclusive. Okay, next up is Audi's Pink House by Fox and Rabbit. I love a pink house. I wouldn't be so bold to actually paint my house pink, but man, that's beautiful. And I love this. I love this one. This is really, really pretty. A lot of stitching in that one. That one's $16, due by February 20th. Next up is Autumn Gathers by Blueberry Ridge Designs. Let's take a look. So we're thinking about autumn. You could easily get this one done before next autumn. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I guess you're going into autumn in a minute here. So this would be great to stitch on as well. So just autumn colors. You have some apples and pumpkins, all our favorite things about autumn. $13. That's due by February 17th, which is Monday. Next up is Autumn Sampler by Puntini Puntini. So this one is really cute. So you see what she did with the alphabet here. J, K, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So she kind of did it in like, you know. I don't know the technical term for that. There's some mushrooms. There's a little squirrel, a little porcupine, an umbrella, pumpkins, acorns, a little bird. Really cute little piece. That one is $12, due by February 15th, which is today. All right, we're on to the bees. So next up is Baby Animals by the Blue Flower. I know the Blue Flower is kind of known for her animals. Look how cute this is. Look at the little babies, all just kind of scattered. There's a baby kid. I think they're like the goat, the mountain goat. I don't know all the names of all the babies. Baby elephant. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They're very cute. So it's like the grown-ups and the babies. That one is $16, due by February 20th. The model was stitched on a 40 count khaki from XD Designs, and it's 257 by 321. So it's big, but it's beautiful, and it just uses a lot of DMC, some weak, some classic, but they include DMC conversion. If you just wanted to do it all in DMC. So Baby Animals. Next up is Barn Sale by Thistles. Jam Cider Barn. There's a quilt out front. There's a little, what is that? Selling something under there. I can't quite tell in the picture. There's your apple trees. And there's strawberries around and daisies around. This is a really pretty, that would make a great like summer piece. $14, due by February 20th. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit. Bathsheba Brown, 1830. This is by Queenstown Sampler Designs. And look at that border. Gorgeous. Fair are the scenes of nature rich, her stores indulgent spread for man. But man is mortal, then let him stretch his view to other worlds where bliss something awaits the virtuous soul. Sorry, I can't read that. Immortal, where bliss immortal awaits the virtuous soul. Okay, sorry, that took me a minute. But look at that flower border. Beautiful. That one is $30, due by February 20th. Next up is Batty by Needlework Press. Trust me, Batty doesn't begin to describe it. That's really cute. That won't take you very long, and that's a fun fabric they have. That's $10, due by February 20th. Really cute little piece. Next up is Be Ye Loyal by Antique Needleworkers. Be Ye Loyal. So this is a great St. Patrick's Day. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but like that's what it looks like to me. That's $9, due by February 25th. Next up is Best Stitchy Friends by Sambry Stitches. So she has two versions. She has humans, really cute, and you can put the initials in there of your best fit stitchy friend, or you can make them be Bigfoot, big feet. Really cute, really really cute. That one is $12.50 and due by February 15th, which is today. Next up, Birds on the Temple by Jan Hicks Creates. So this one, we have our alphabet, we have some numbers, really cute. Another alphabet down here. Here's your birds. Really pretty piece. That one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is Birdie Bowl by the Blue Flower. So just a bunch of birds on a fence. Really pretty. Oh, there's a couple eggs in there. Do you see those eggs? Really cute. So Robin, I think, is going to want that one. That one is $10, due by February 20th. They stitched it on 40 count Hazelwood linen from Fiber on a Whim. This one is 128 by 75. So it's kind of long, but not real high. And they use DMC and some DMC color variations. So that's cool. Next up is Birth Samplers by Kathy Barrick. So here's just a simple birth sample. Look at that. Really, really cute. Olivia Marie Shade, born 1816. I love the little dangly thing, hearts there, and the bird. That's really cute. That one is $12, due by February 25th. Next up is Blackwing Haberdashery by Lindy Stitches. So it says Blackwing Haberdashery. Really beautiful birds with your floss bobbins there, your scissors. Really pretty piece. $12, due by February 25th. Next up is Blooming Frill by Heart and Hand. Cute little spring piece. Look at this. It looks like they have it finished on a box with your little bunny and some tulips and spring flowers. That one is $6, due by February 20th. Next up is Bluebird by Col d'Etoile. This is really pretty. ABC, look at that cute little bird. You could even just do, if you wanted to, you could even just do the bird and the bobbin if you wanted to. But I think it's really pretty. That one is $13.40. That one was due by January 2nd. So again, you have to wait for this one. It's 136 by 136. Fabric use is Winter Moon linen. Next up is Blue Lace, manufactured by Cotton Pixels. So this looks like a really, really pretty one. I wonder what thread they used. Really pretty. That one is $9.50, due by February 15th. So they don't tell us anything more about the thread. This is called Boo Pin Drum by Luminous Fiber Arts. So really cute little ghosty that says Boo. That one is $8, due by February 15th. This next one is called Books and Plants by Puntini Puntini. A house is not a home without books and plants. Really cute, this little library one. Very cute. I can't keep plants alive personally. I try. I'm trying. That one is $12 and is due today. Next up is Botanical Study number 3, Nasturtiums. This is by Petal Pusher. Look at that fabric. Really, really pretty. That wouldn't take you too long, right? That one is $10, due by February 24th. Pretty colors. Next up is Bristol Pattern Page by Cross Stitch Antiques. This one, I mean, they always have information inside, but they don't give the shops any more information. So it looks like you probably get this. I got a similar one last year from one of the World Fairs. So you get like a brochure, a fold-out brochure, which is really unique. You get this. You may even get another piece. So Bristol Pattern Page. So that's $10, due by February 25th. Cool. Next up is Brit Lit Beatrix Potter, Charles Dickens, and John Keats. This is $10 by Cosford Rise Stitchery. Okay, that's the Beatrix Potter house. And then these are the other two houses. Cool. What a cool, unique piece. So that's $10, due by February 26th. Next up is Brit Lit Sylvia Plath, T.E. Lawrence, and Virginia Woolf, again by Cosford Rise Stitchery. These are also $10. So these are different houses. Really, really cool. February 26th is the due date. British Isles Band Sampler. This is by Cross Stitch Antiques. So it's a band sampler. Wales, Scotland, England. Really cool band sampler with those colors. Kind of dark colors, aren't they? $22, due by February 25th. Next up is Buckle Up Buttercup by Dirty Annie's. Look at the sheep. It says, Buckle Up Buttercup, you just flipped my crazy switch. Cute. I would do just the sheep with the flowers in it. It's really cute. That one is $18.99, due by February 25th. Next up is Bumblebee Etchings by Heart and Hand. Really cute. Really cute. You could even do just one or two of these. Like, there's so much you can do with. You could do it as stitched. You could break it up and do 3 different panels. You could, just do 1 or 2, whatever you want. So that's easy to play around with. That one is $13, due by February 20th. Next up is Bun Bun by Artsy Housewife. Look at this bunny. It's so realistic, isn't it? It is so realistic. I love that. $14, due by February 25th. Next up is Bunny's Favorite by Twin Peak Primitives. This would be a really cute, you could even turn that into a birth sampler almost. Bunny's favorite, and they made it into like a little round box. But I think you could do it as a birth sampler if you wanted to. That's really sweet. $12, due by February 15th, today. Next up is Butterflies and Blooms by Fox and Rabbit. This one is, so you have your alphabet up there. You have some butterflies, some flowers. Look at that house. Wow. That's beautiful. I like that one a lot. That one is $24, due by February 20th. Next up, we're on to the C's. Caroline College, 1823 by Running with Needles and Scissors. Let's take a closer look. Jesus who reigns on high, the happy spirits sing, and holy, 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 holy cry, Almighty King, who down from heaven came a captive world to free. Jehovah, Jesus, great I am, we worship thee. She finished it. She was 8 years old when she did this. 8. Amazing. There's so much going on in that one. That one is $24, due by February 20th. Next up is Cauldron Repair by Fine Frog Stitching. Cauldron Repair, $10. Satisfaction mostly guaranteed. Cute with a little mouse. That's really cute. That one is $11, due by February 25th. Love the colors in that. Celestial Sisters Biscornu by Silver Creek Samplers. Oh, so you have the sun and moon. Really cool. Let me move over here. Really cool. So that's what they would look like if you didn't turn them into biscornus, I assume. So you could do it either way, really. That one is $13, due by February 20th. Next up is Celtic Cross by Franny Ritter Designs. Simple Celtic Cross, really pretty. While supplies last, show exclusive. It looks like it's you could get like a wooden ornament to stitch it on. It says it's $4, due by February 20th. Next up is Celtic Cross Kit. Okay, here's your kit while supplies last. The kit is $12. So while supplies last, and it's due by February 20th. If they still have supplies. Next up is Charlotte Bell, Running with Needles and Scissors. This one's pretty. Look at this fabric. We have our alphabet. Conceited thoughts indulged without control exclude all further knowledge from the soul. For he that thinks himself already wise, in course all further knowledge will despise. And but for this, how many might have been just reputable, wise, and honest men. Charlotte Bell wrought this in the 10th year of her age, so she was 10. Look at all the different crowns and the hearts. Really pretty piece. This one is $14 and due by February 20th. Next up is Choose Joy by Sweet Wing Studio. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Bible verse. And I'm just trying to... There we go. Little flowers and leaves and blooms floating around. Really pretty. $9, due by February 20th. Next up is Christmas Dot Series February by Jeanette Douglas Designs. So a little Noel. And is that a pudding of some sort? I can't quite tell, honestly, what that one is. $6, due by February 15th. I'll have to look for the rest of them. Oh, here's January. Jingle Bells. And that one is a bobbin and a tomato. Christmas dots, they're called. So we have January and February. That one's $6, due today. Next up is March, also $6. So that looks like an ornament to me here. And that one looks like a snowflake. So due today. What else do we have? Christmas Flower Kit by Praiseworthy Stitches, limited edition. So I think it looks like it's a kit, maybe? Is that what it says? Yeah, Christmas Flower Kit. So I assume you get all the accoutrement to finish it. Probably not the fabric or the floss, I'm guessing, because it's $12. Due date is February 28th, so I'm not quite sure what all you get, but next up is Christmas Spool Friends by Thistles, and it looks like it's a series of stockings. You have a reindeer standing on a spool, gingerbread, and a snowman, and they're all standing on spools. Really cute. That one is $14, due by February 20th. Next up is Christmas Wine Charms Kit by Franny Ritter Designs. So this is really cute. So I have, not these ones, but I have little wine charms when I host at the holidays. And so these would be really pretty, right? Like you just stitch, they're like little wooden charms that you stitch. $13, due by February 20th. Looks like you get 4, I'm assuming. Show exclusive while supplies last. Next up is Chubby Ewe by Jeanette Douglas. Chubby Ewe. Sorry. Really cute spring piece. Goes along with her Chubby series that she has. $8, due today. Next up is Cicada's Song Sampler by Cosford Rise Stitchery. I don't live in an area that has cicadas, but many of you do. There's something in there that I can't quite read it. Magnolia blooms and cotton fields where gentle rivers wind. In southern warmth and cicada's song, the heat of home you'll find. I guess I can read it. I guess I just needed to try, folks. Anyway, really pretty. So much going on. Look at that stone house with the water wheel there. That's cool. That's really cool. That one is $18, due by February 26th. Next up is Coco's Garden by Teresa Kogut. And it's a little bunny in the garden with the birds. And alphabet all around. Really cute. I like how they finished it too. That one is $14, due by February 19th. Next up is Cocoa and Kisses by Annie B's Folk Art. So this one is the snowman. It says Cocoa on the banner. Sitting in a mug of probably hot chocolate, I'm guessing. Really cute. That one is $12, due today. Next up is Coffee Addicted Smart Thread Keep by the Primitive Hair. So you're getting this, I assume it's wood, thread keep, the coffee. That's cool. So that one is $24, due by February 20th. Next up is Coffee Pin Set by the Primitive Hair. Oh, that's really cute. There's coffee bean, a percolator, and a grinder, old-fashioned grinder. Those are $22, due by February 20th. Next up is Coffee Queen of the Needle by the Primitive Hair. Let's see what this is. Coffee is a hug in a mug. Oh, it's a needle book. Look, she has coffee bean skirt on. How cool. It's a needle book. Look, needles 24, 26, 28. Oh, and this is where they put you can see they put the little pins in there, but that you can put your needles in there. That's cool. That one is $16, due by February 20th. Next up is Constant and Perennial by Robin Pickens. And it looks like this is what you're stitching. The background is really cool, but it looks like it's cut out of, it's not stitched, it's like felted or something, but I think this is what you're stitching. That may just be for the picture. $8, due by February 20th. Kind of perfect for, in the Northern Hemisphere, well, it's still February, so we're not quite to spring, but spring will be coming. Courier Du Summer Blue Jays by Robin Pickens. Look at that. Look at those bright, bright colors. Really pretty. Really pretty. And they finished it on one of the boxes. Well, no, maybe it's a frame, but you could finish it on a box. Anyway, that one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is Courier Duos. Autumn Blackbird. Okay, I'm with you now. Sorry, I haven't finished my coffee yet. But here's the autumn one. Again, still really bright colors. They are autumnal, but they're really bright. $12, due February 20th. This next one is called Cross Stitch Cardio by Silver Creek Samplers. Cross stitch is my cardio. My back sides have never looked better. My back sides, get it? Funny. That's a cute one. That one is $13, due by February 20th. Next up is Crow Librarian by Fine Frog Stitching. Well, she has a whole series coming out. Crow Librarian. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Again, I just love how the colors pop on these. That one is $11, due by February 25th. Next up is Cryptids Sampler by Sambry Stitches. If they can get along, why can't we? Oh, there's your Bigfoot, your octopus. If they can get along, why can't we? Cute piece. Really unique again. I love how that octopus just stands out. He's so cute. That one is $14.50, due by February 15th. Next up is Dance Party by Autumn Lane. And there's a lot going on here. We have, the witch is dancing. There's the cat, the tree with the pumpkins hanging from it. And then in the background, which looks like a different color, you have the house and more trees and stuff. That one is $13, due by February 20th. A lot going on in that piece. I really like it. That would be a fun stitch. Dandelion Wishes, by Robin Pinkins, but my friend Robin loves dandelions. I like them as well. Sweetest of Wishes. That's a really sweet piece. That would look great in a kid's room too. And look how they have it finished. That fabric. I wonder where they got that fabric from. That one is $10, due by February 20th. I really like that one a lot. Next one is the Deborah M. Clendenin 1826 by Queenstown Sampler Designs. Here we have our alphabet. It's very light. While in my youth, what's to say? Rebellion, something, my thought engaged while in my youthful bloom. 'Twill fit me for something age and for the something tomb. I'm sorry, I can't read. The white on white is hard for my eyes to read. But I've been staring at my computer for a little bit here. But anyway, really cute, really pretty piece. I might go on a darker fabric so some of that stands out. That one is $20, due by February 20th. Next up is Dedicated Hero by Sambry Stitches. So it looks like there's two charts. It says Love Our Hero with the American flag in the back. A hero is someone who understands the responsibility that comes with their freedom. So perfect, especially if you know somebody like in the military or something like that. That's a great one. That one is due today, and it is $14. Next up is Disagree by Rebel Stitcher Designs. We can disagree and still love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist. That one is $15, due by February 26th. I really like that one. Next up is Dog Sampler by Rebel Stitches Designs. I'm suspicious of people who don't like dogs, but I trust a dog when it doesn't like a person. With all the little doggy motifs and stuff going around. That one is $15, due by February 26th. Oh, and then you get this one too. I forgot to point that out. We don't deserve dogs. Yeah. I mean, I'm a cat person, but I do love dogs. This is Dogwood Manor by Wildflower Stitching. Look at this. This is really pretty. Look at the alphabet. Look at the border. And then this scene. You could even just do this scene if you wanted to. Really, really pretty. I like that one a lot. That one's $15, due by February 18th. We're in the D's now. I forgot to call that out. Dogwoods in the Round by Heart and Hand. It's another one of her rounds. Really pretty. Just a few colors there. $6, due by February 20th. Next up would be Dragonfly Dreams by Silver Creek Samplers. And this says, may dragonflies with wings of blue make your hopes and dreams come true. Really pretty. That one is $13, due by February 20th. Next up is Dreaming of Hydrangea by Rosewood Manor. So she has all these Dreaming of series. I am working on Dreaming of Daisies. I love hydrangeas though too. Look at this. And they're similar where it's just a piece covered in whatever flower and the word throughout. Really, really pretty. This one is $17, due by February 25th. Next up is Dreaming of Water Lilies, also by Rosewood Manor. So this one's a little different shape, but water lilies. So if you are a water lily person, really pretty. Just water lilies scattered throughout. That one is $17, due by February 25th. I love Rosewood Manor. This next one is Dunvegan Fairy Flag by The Primitive Hare. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And I can't get it any bigger than this, but you can see there's a fairy with a flag and a background. Really, really cool. Really cool piece. It's amazing that that's cross-stitch. You know what I mean? That one is $18, due by February 20th. It doesn't look like cross-stitch to me. This next one is called Dutch Tulips by The Blue Flower. Here's some pretty, pretty tulips. They haven't quite opened yet. Really pretty. That one is $10, due by February 20th. So they stitched it on a 40-count spicy mustard. It's 122 by 102. They tell you where they got the picture frame, and they tell you the threads. It's a mix of DMC, Weeks, and Classic. Cute. Next up is Easter 2025 Pin Set by Puntini Puntini. So here we have our spring. Look at that flower and the Easter egg. I love those. Our spring pin set. That's $16, due by February 15th. Next up is Easter Baskets and Bonnets. We're on the E's. Easter Baskets and Bonnets by Cosford Rice Stitchery. So Easter basket and bonnets, it says on the top one. Chocolate eggs and bunnies. Hymns, hot cross buns, it says on this one. Daffodils, snowdrops, bluebells on that one. Easter baskets and bonnets. So I'm not sure. $10 due by February 26th. I assume you get all of them, but maybe you only get the one. And that these are other charts. I'm not sure. Easter Biscornu Trio by Puntini Puccini. So you get a bunny, a lamb, and chicks. That is cute. Oh, and then they use the pins. They put 2 pins in each one. I see. That's cute. That's $15 due by February 15th, which is today. But for 3 charts. I mean, that's amazing. Easter eggs pin set by Puntini Puccini. So you get 3 Easter eggs. Cute. Those are $10 due by today. Next up is eggs and flowers pin set. So the same eggs, but you get the flowers there. This one is $16 due by February 15th. Next up is Eliza Fisher 1808 by Sambry Stitches. This is like a long one. Okay, so you have this bright border and this almost tone-on-tone alphabet and numbers. And then you have a lot going on in here with trees and birds and what else? Flowers. Really cute. Really pretty. Eliza Fisher, she was 7. Oh my gosh, I was not doing this when I was 7. Oh, here's some cupids, I think. This work in my hand, my friends may have when I am dead and in my grave. 1803, she stitched that. And you can see there's imperfections because it was stitched 222 years ago. So there's going to be some imperfections in there. So, yeah, that's amazing. That's $17 due by February 15th. Great job, Becca. This next one is called Eliza Gilbert, 1831 by Old Willow Stitchery. My apologies. Again, a lot of browns in here. She was 11, it looks like. All right, you're going to have me read this. Tell me knowing and discernible something, where I may find a friend both firm and true, who dare stand by me when in deep distress, and then his love and friendship most express. I wonder if some of it is missing because it is from 1831. So that one is $24 due by February 20th. Next up is Elizabeth Shavens, 1869 by Fox and Rabbit. Another bright sampler with a brick house. She was 12 years old when she did this. I love that script alphabet up there. That's really pretty. And with these samplers, you can hang on to them and use the alphabets as, in other areas if you want to. Like if you're trying to spell out a name or a word or something like that. That one is $24 due by February 20th. Next up is Elizabeth Neiman, 1823 by Queenstown Sampler Designs. And this one is like a blue and yellow. Look at that. Flower pot with the birds and the blues just pop. I'm not going to read this because it's quite long. Pittsburgh. Elizabeth Neiman, done at Mrs. Callahan's School, Pittsburgh, July the 11th, 1823. She was 11. This one is $34 due by February 20th. Next up is Elizabeth Thompson, 1840 Scissor Case by Red Barn Samplers. So you get, it looks like a scissors case, and maybe this is a needle book as well. It says scissor case and other sampler snippets. So they take parts from a sampler and make them into little cases. $14 due by February 20th. Okay, next up is Elizabeth Whitfield Warbrick, 1848 by Old Willow Stitchery. And I will receive you a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Last lesson, 18, Sister Ellen's last lesson. She was 11 when she did this. Look at all this stitching down in here with the thatched roof house and the border. It's really pretty. That one is $24, due by February 20th. Next up is Ellen S. Running with needles and scissors. Ellen S. For the stitchers, every desire, her shop was the best. Now she has earned her heavenly rest. It's a nice citrus blessing, I guess. That one is $10, due by February 20th. Next up is Elizabeth Poth, 1777, by Queenstown Sampler Designs. That's really old. Okay, so look at these colors and motifs. There's a windmill. There's bird cages with birds inside. I'm going to call these dogs or cats. I think that's a cat and that's a dog. That's what I'm going to call it. Look at this border. Now, if you wanted to, you could brighten up these colors a bit. There's some little cupids. You could, take the colors and just go a step up to brighten them up if you wanted. That one is $36, due by February 20th. This next one is called Am Point by Finally a Farm Girl. It's a frog ballerina, really cute. I love how they have it finished too. That one is $14, due by February 20th. Next up is Endorphin by Twin Peaks Primitives. Oh, Endorphin with a thing full of puppies. Cute. $7 due today. So if you're a dog person, you may want that. Equal and Free by Silver Creek Samplers. Bus stop Cleveland Avenue. Equal and Free. Let the world know all people should be wherever they go equal and free. So that's by Rosa Parks. I used to live on a street called Rosa Parks. And on Rosa Parks Day, which is I think it's earlier in February in Portland, all public transit is free. So that's kind of a way that they honor Rosa Parks. So that one is $13, due by February 20th. Next up is Every Good Gift by Sweet Wing Studio. I have such a hard time saying their name. This one says, Every good and perfect gift is from above. James 1:17. Pretty bright colors. Look at those colors. That would make a great little gift for the holidays. That's $7.50, due by February 20th. Next up is Eyelet Sampler Roll by Lucy Beam, Love and Stitches. So we have our sampler here. Really pretty. Again, you could change colors if you wanted to. Really pretty. That's $12, due by February 17th, which is Monday. Next up is Faded Letters Bound by October House Fiber Arts. Faded Letters Bound. So there's some floral designs up here, some bands of leaves. Words spoken are light as air. Words written are always there. That's really pretty. Really pretty piece. That one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is, we're on the F's, Faithful, Kind, and True by Teresa Kogut. And this is your main piece here. Look at that house and that hill. Love God with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. Be faithful, kind, and true. I love these little pullouts they have down here with another little scene. And it looks like, yeah, see, they pulled those out and made them into smalls. And they pulled out just the house and made it into, I don't know, maybe a needle book or something like that. That one is $24, due by February 19th. There's a lot you can do with that one. Next up is Fake It Till You Make It by Silver Creek Samplers. Fake It Till You Make It. This is building a snowman. Isn't that cute? It says bonus design included. Oh, so you get, if you just want to do the one, Fake It Till You Make It, you get that inside too. That one is $15, due by February 20th. Next is Fanciful Flowers by Hello from Liz Matthews. Look at those bright colors. Perfect for spring coming up. And the flowers and the butterflies. That is $12 due by February 20th. Fanny Collins, 1853 by Fox and Rabbit. Okay, so we have that's clearly a dog chasing a rabbit. We have some birds, some butterflies, trees, and our sampler. Really pretty piece. That one is $24 due by February 20th. Next up is Feathered Friends March by Sweet Wing Studio. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. So they got a little birdhouse and they finish, I assume they're going to have one for every month. Feathered Friends. So this is the March one and you get the little chart that says March. So you can change that out each month and the little birdhouse or bird and whatever it is. That's a really sweet piece. That's $9 due February 20th. Okay, I need to drink of water real quick. Okay, next up is Festive Collection Sleds by Cotton Pixels. These are so pretty. These would make great little gifts for Christmas. I love the bright red and the bright greens on each of these, and they probably wouldn't take very long to make. $7 due by February 15th. We're already starting thinking of the holidays for next year, but you know, those will go really fast, and then you won't be scrambling at the end of the year. This next one is called Floral Alphabet Sampling Series ABC by Jeanette Douglas. So I'm guessing she's going to go through the whole alphabet. Floral alphabet. So we have our flower, we have our border, the ABC, of course. I love this border down here. There's probably specialty stitches in that, I'm guessing, because Jeanette Douglas is known for her specialty stitches. So this one is $16 due by today. Yep, and then here's DEF. Again, I'm guessing there's some Lazy Daisy stitches or something down there. Really pretty. I imagine these are all $16 all due today. Okay, so those two are the ones that are out now. Floral Fantasy by Fox and Rabbit. So again, look at that font and that font. I really like those fonts. Gather the Flowers of Life Today. So we have a lot of flowers all over. Really pretty. Look at that vase. That's a cool vase, too. That one is $24 due by February 20th. Next up is Floral Geometry by Wildflower Stitching. Look at that. That's really cool. I love the colors used in this and how they kind of stand out. Really, really pretty. That one is $12 due by February 18th, which is Tuesday, I believe. Next up is Florence Arterton and Accessories by Old Willow Stitchery. Be Christ my pattern and my guide, his image may I bear. Oh, may I tread his sacred steps and his bright glory share. She was 11 when she did all this. Amazing. Really, really gorgeous red sampler. That one is $12 due by February 20th. Next up is Flower Small Pin Set. This is by Puntini. So we have our flowers. We saw the eggs before, and then we saw the combined. So this is just the flowers if you just want those. They are $10 due by today. Next up is Folk Art Garden by Teresa Kogut. Stitched on a dark, it's not quite black, it doesn't look like, but dark fabric. So those colors really do pop and stand out on that. Really pretty. Really unique. $14 due by February 19th. Next is Folks Birds by Annie Bees. So we have some like folk art. So this is the same piece, just stitched. One is stitched on blue and one is stitched on like a cream or light yellow piece. So you can see how it plays different on different fabric. I love them both. $14 due by today. Next up is For You by Kathy Barrick. Look at those swans, those really pretty swans. And then, oh, it says For You right up there. Really pretty piece. That one is $10 due by February 25th. Next up is Friendship Blooms by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. Friendship Blooms Between Salt Box Neighbors. I feel like this one's been released before. Maybe not released, but Maybe it was an exclusive, and I've seen it on FlossTube, but now it's released to the public, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All those flowers, really pretty. $13 due by February 17th. Next up is From Velvet to Linen by Kathy Barrick. Look at those flowers. Look at that floral arrangement. And then you have, is that a moth and a swallow maybe? Really pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous. $16, February 25th is the due date. That will keep you busy for a while, I think. All right, next up is Furry Babies 2 by The Primitive Hare. So this is dogs and cats. In this house, we narrate to cats through something. Purr, beware of wiggle butts. Best therapy has fur and 4 legs. Oh, in this house, we narrate the cat's thoughts, is what it says. Sorry about that. Really cute. $20. They have both dogs and cats in there, due by February 20th. Next up is GF 1834 by Old Willow Stitchery. This one can only get so big, but you see your sampler and the colors. They're kind of dark, but they stitch it on a lighter fabric, so they really pop and really stand out. That one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is onto the G's. Gathering Bright Blooms by Robin Pickens. Look at this. Look at that. Those colors really do pop on that blue fabric. Really pretty. And it looks like they finished it with sewing around, almost like a quilt blocks around. That one is $12, due by February 20th. Next up is George W. Creighton by Sambry Stitches. So we have our alphabet up here. I'm going to try to read it. Tune thy harp to praise. Remember me, Mr. Savior. George W. Creighton, God is Love, Native American Year. This is an old sampler. Really interesting piece. $15 due by today. Next up is Gift Bauble by Wildflower Stitching, and it says gift. So it looks like, almost looks like there's beads where the white is, but I may be wrong on that. It may just be like the reverse stitching. $8 due by February 18th. Next up is Going to Market by Running with Needles and Scissors. She's got her hen ready to go to market with her little chicks and the eggs. That one is $12, due by February 20th. I like the colors. I like the colors there. This next one is called Going to the Chapel by Running with Needles and Scissors. This would be a really cute wedding sampler. You can put their initials in and the date that they got married. That would be really cute, fun, like unique. And they're riding a lamb. They're not even riding like a horse or something. They're riding a lamb. That's really cute. $12 due by February 20th, especially if you know somebody getting married like this spring. This next one is Goodbye to Winter by Val's Stuff. It says Goodbye to Winter with the snowman and Welcome Spring with the kitty cat. Oh, there's a little mouse. Cute. That one is $13. This was due by January 2nd, so we missed that. Stitch count is 115 by 57. Then they stitch on a 28 count Ice Blue Lugana. Next up is Goth Night 30 count linen. So this is for the fabric by The Primitive Hare. It's $40, pre-order by February 20th. So the fabric is this pre-printed fabric that you can kind of see. 30 and 40 count linen, it says. So that's really cool. I don't know the size and I don't know like how big the stitching area is. So we'll just have to see. Next up is Goth Night 40 count. Oh, this is the 40 count linen. Okay, here's a better picture of what it would look like for you. So you stitch in that space. The 40 count linen is $50, due by February 20th. Next up is Guide Us When Perplexed by Monticello Stitches. Look at those bright, bright flowers. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous. And then there's a little saying in there, a little prayer. Oh, may this bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, to keep us in his grace and guide us when perplexed, and free us from all ills in this world and the next. What a gorgeous piece. That one is $22, due by February 20th. Next up is Halloween Swan by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So you have your swan here, and then a jack-o'-lantern and a bat and a crown, of course. Really unique piece. Although she has a little crown around her neck, too. That one is $12, due by February 17th. We're on to the H's. Hannah Barnett, 1850 by Queenstown Sampler Designs. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. But look at this centerpiece. That really intrigues me. I think I misread that. I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. That one is $30, due by February 20th. Those colors just stand out to me. Next up is Hannah Wilson Sampler by Needlework Press. And lots of different, again, this would be a great piece if you want alphabets to choose from to make, rewrite a verse or something like that. You can use any of the samplers, and there's a lot of samplers in here to choose from. This one is $20, due by February 20th. This is the 2025 Nashville Needlework Cookbook. I think we may have missed that. Pre-order was 2 days ago. Design, it's the cookbook, but we've missed that, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Happy Life Sets Spring 1 by Jeanette Douglas. This one is due today. Sunshine and Showers and Soil and Seeds. So great 2 spring pieces that you get there. It's $10, due by today. Next up is Happy Life Set Spring 2, also by Jeanette Douglas. Renew and Grow, Sprout and Bloom. So that is $10, due by today. So you can have a little set 4 pillows, 4 little spring pillows. This one is called Haunted Stitches Book by the Primitive Hare. Not even which the good ones live here. Lives in Salem. Not every witch lives in Salem, I think it says. The good ones live here. So that's Haunted Stitches. That's $44 due by February 20th. Let's see what it says. 6 new projects. So you get 6 projects in there of Haunted Stitches. So there's 2 of them. So that's why it's $44, because you get 6 charts. Next up is Haunted Thread Smart Thread Keep by the Primitive Hare. So this is a wooden thread keep. I assume you also get these like cardstock ones. That's $24, due by February 20th. Next up is Have a Happy Hollow Thanksmas. Happy Hollow Thanksmas, that's funny, by Thistles. So for people who just celebrate everything, right? Have Happy Hollow Thanksmas. Have a happy Hollow Thanksmas. So, from Halloween to Christmas is what they're saying. That one's $14, due by February 20th. Cute. Next up is Hazel's Blackberry Burrow by Blueberry Ridge Designs. Look at this little mousey. So cute. With all the blues, and they live in a teapot. How stinking adorable is that? That one is $14, due by February 17th. Next up is Heart of the Mountains by the Blue Flower. Again, she's known for her animals, and this is just gorgeous. Heart of the mountain. So here's our mountain goat, a daisy, a bear, a kitty cat. I'm not sure what that was. And you can see there's some lazy daisy stitches on there. Really beautiful. Heart of the Mountains, $10, due by February 20th. They stitched this on 40 count dirty clothes linen from XJU. It's 101 by 80 stitches. And then they have the threads used there. All right, next up is Heartfelt Easter by October House Fine Arts. Cute little pillow for Easter with the little Easter basket. Very lovely. That one's $8, due by February 20th. This next one is called Hills of Freedom by Finally a Farm Girl. And look, this is just very old-timey farm. There's American flag. I think that's a sheep. Horse farm, horse and buggy. Maybe a schoolhouse up there. Just kind of classic farm area. Really pretty. That one's $18, due by February 20th. Next up is Hippity Hop by Thistles. Look how sweet this little piece is. There's a bunny and a chick and the flowers, the spring flowers. So cute. $8, due by February 20th. Next up is Hocus Pocus. This is by Cricklewood Crossing. I need stitching to focus. Hocus Pocus, I need stitching to focus is what it says. Cute. That one is $10, due by February 20th. Next up is Home Sweet Home by Counting Puddles. You know we love a Counting Puddles. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this. Home Sweet Home, it says. But like, look at this design in here. I love that. If I were to do this, I would leave off the words because, I don't really love words. And I would cheat and not do I like this, but I would not do that. And I would just maybe do these. They look like they're French knots. So I would probably do beads around maybe, or maybe just leave that out and just do the center circle. That's gorgeous. That's $16, due by today. Next up is Honeybee Sampler by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. So here's our bees. Look at that beautiful floss that they use. It looks like it's just one variegated floss. I'm not sure, but it looks like it. That one's $18, due by February 17th. They don't tell us what they use, but. Next up is House on Pomegranate Hill by Blueberry Ridge Designs. So another brick house. Really pretty. Pretty colors. I like the reds and pinks in that. That one is $12, due by February 17th. Next up is Humble Cottage by Teresa Kogut. Oh, I'm having a hard time reading. I live in a cottage, and yonder it stands, and while I can work with these two hands, I'm as happy as those with houses and lands. Humble Cottage. So, and then we have like all little motifs around here. Really pretty. And then, of course, a border with 4 different sides to that border. So it's, you won't get bored doing that border. What else is in here? Happy is the house that shelters a friend. I think you get all of these. With all thy soul, love God above, and as thyself, thy neighbor love. Really beautiful pieces. I mean, she's just a classic. That one's $24, due by February 19th. Humble Cottage. Next up is I Believe by Finally a Farm Girl. It says Christmas is Believing. That's a cute little band sampler or bell pull. And you could pull out just certain scenes if you wanted to, like this scene or that scene. You could just pull out certain scenes if you wanted to. So that's a very, a piece that you can use for a lot of different things. That's $14, due by the 20th. Next up is I Love You a Watt by Silver Creek Samplers, and it's a light bulb. I Love You a Watt. C&D. Cute. That's $7, due by February 20th. Next up is I Was Raised by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. I was raised by a cup of tea, or I was raised by a cup of coffee. Cute. $14 due by February 17th. Next up is Imprints Stitch and Maker by Heart and Hand. So Stitch and Maker, cute little pillows. This would be great for your craft room or your craft space. $6 due by the 20th. Next up is In and Out by Sweet Wing Studio. Blessed shall you be when you come in. Blessed shall you be when you go out. Deuteronomy. Look at that really pretty front door with the wreath on it. I love that. That one is $10 due by February 20th. Next up is In Its Time by Sweet Wing Studio. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Really sweet little piece, perfect for spring. $8 due by February 20th. Next up is It Is Well by Monticello Stitches. Look at these bright colors. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well within my soul, with my soul. Beautiful colors and lots of motifs to look at. And look at this border. Better hope your border lines up. You aren't fudging that, my friends. I love this piece, though. It's $22 due by February 20th. And look at it from afar. Like, it just pops. Next up is It's So Nice by Lucy Beam. It's So Nice ABCD with the American flag and some stitching, scissors, and tomato and bobbin. That one is $12 due by the 17th. Next up is In the Jambo Jambo by Thistles. Look at this. It's like a African scene, I believe. Look at that sun and the tree and the hut. And there's that border again. So really pretty. This one is $14 due by the 20th. It is 185 by 154. They stitch it on 36 count alchemy. And then the floss, it looks like it's all gentle art floss that is called for. Such unique pieces this time around. Next up is Jane Austen Quaker by Twin Peak Primitives. So Jane Austen. Oh, and then they list her books there. So for you Jane Austen lovers, that's a great piece. Love the colors. That one is $14 due by today. Next up is Jeanette Buckley Red House Sampler by Needlework Press. So here we have our alphabet sampler with our borders. Why sigh for pleasures that deceive and toys that we must shortly leave? But boy, this is beautiful with the house and the trees and the birds and all that. That one is $16 due by the 20th. Next up is Joan of Arc, Go Forward by Cricklewood Crossing. Go forward bravely, fear nothing, trust God, all will be well. So that's by Joan of Arc. I think that would be pretty quick to stitch. I think that would be cute in a little kid's room. That one is $12 due by the 20th. Next up is Justice for All. This is by Wildflower Stitching. Liberty and Justice for All. For those of you who like stitching Americana. That one is $10 due by the 18th. Next up is Keep Calm and Drink Coffee Fob by The Primitive Hare. Keep calm and drink coffee. I agree with that. That one is $22 due by the 20th. Next up is Keys to the Future by Rebel Stitcher Designs. So we have keys, we have a sampler. Oh, this looks like a Ouija board, doesn't it? Yes, no, hello, goodbye. I wonder if that's what it is. So really pretty blues. I think that's pretty small too. That won't take you long to do. That one is $15 due by February 26th. Next up is into the K's now. King of Heart by Dirty Annie's. So know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. King of Hearts. That's such a cool piece. $14.99, due by the 25th. Next up is Kitty Drabble Kitty Drabble 1848 by Red Barn Samplers. I got excited when I read the word kitty. Kitty Drabble, look at this sweet piece. Look at those chairs. That's so sweet. That's a sweet little piece. That one is $12, due by the 20th. That won't take you very long to stitch. Next up is, we're into the L's now, Let Friendships Blossom by Wildflower Stitching, and it simply says, Let Friendships Blossom, with really pretty flowers around it and a pretty heart. I love that. That one is $12, due by the 18th. Next up is Let Your Light Shine by Monticello Stitches. Let Your Light Shine. Look at that. It looks like it's Rudolph. There's a bell on his wreath there. It looks like there's some metallics used in some of these snowflakes, lots of trees. What a fun piece. That is $14, due by the 20th. And that fabric they chose, right? This next one is Liberty and 1776 Eagle by Cricklewood Crossing. Again, for the Americana. You could easily get these done by, I don't know, we have Memorial Day at the end of May. We have 4th of July in July. So you could get those done in time. That one is $10. You get both charts, due by the 20th. Next up is Liberty Drum and Pincushion by Jan Hicks Creates. Another Americana one. Liberty, look at that. That's pretty. And then here's your pincushion. Really pretty. That one is $22, due by the 20th. Next up is Live Dirty by Dirty Annie's. It's a possum. Live dirty, fake your death, eat garbage. Fake your death, I think it says, with the opossum. $14.99, due by February 25th. I like her stuff. They're funny. This next one is called Love Hopes All Things by Lindy Stitches. I do really like this. I love that swan. Love hopes all things. I like that saying. I just think that's a unique piece. I really like that. This one is $12 and it's due by the 25th. Next up is Love Unites by Monticello Stitches, and it says Love Unites Us, and those pretty spring colors with the bunnies. That's $8, due by February 20th. Next up is MT the Butterfly Sampler by Samplers and Primitives. So let's take a look here. Look at this border. It's like tree, 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 heart, heart, heart. It's actually probably the same thing, just flipped around, but in my mind, that's what I'm seeing. Art Sampler is great. You can just see different things. Like you might see something different in that. Here's all these butterflies right in here. All those butterflies. And then we have the house and the grass and the birds. And oh, there's a lot going on in here. Really fun piece. That one is $16, due by the 20th. Next up is, we're on to the M's. Madeline Keller Sampler by Red Barn Samplers. So we have our alphabet, it's all red. Madeline Kellner. An outline of probably Madeline herself. So that one is $12, due by the 20th. That one wouldn't take you long to do, I don't think. Next up is Madras Beanstalk by Robin Pickens. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. Very geometric shapes. Really, really pretty. That one is $10, due by the 20th. You could even, use up bits and pieces from like kits, leftover kits or whatever that you have for that one. This next one is called Magic Brew by Franny Ritter Designs. It's a cute little Halloween piece. Brew, it just says brew with fire around it. Oh, there, brew is spelled out in beads, and then you have your stars. That one is $6, due by the 20th. Next up is Magic Spells by Franny Ritter. So this is another part of that. Looks like the same kind of series. Your Magic Spells, Potions. That was $6, due by the 20th. Next up is Maria Van Boskirk by Old Willow Stitchery. Look at this. Look at the script. I love that script. She was 9 when she did this. 9 years old. Really pretty light colors, light green, blues, maybe greens, whites. That one is $14, due by the 20th. 20th, yeah. I just said it without really looking at it. This one is Martha's Bird by Cosford Rise Stitchery. Look at this. This must be the original in the background, or maybe a painting. I'm not sure, but like, look at this. Isn't that amazing? Look at that fabric. It's like a light orange gold. That's $12, due by the 26th. Okay, the next one is Mary Chilton 1620 Sampler by Julia Punti Antici. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. 1620, you guys. 1620. 17, 18, 19. That's 400 years old. 400, right? Yeah, 400 years old. 1620, Mayflower. Mary Chilton, Mayflower. Came over on the Mayflower. How cool is that? That is a really cool piece. Here's the Mayflower. That's $28, due by the 20th. I'm just blown away. This next one is called Mary Colby Ackworth School 1803. Another oldie. This is by Cross Stitch Antiques. So a lot of Quakers in there. You see all those Quakers and some alphabet letters scattered throughout. That one is $30, due by the 25th. You know I love a Quaker. Next up is Mary Cook, 1847 by Antique Needleworkers. A lot of samplers this time, huh? Let Mary's happy choice be mine. Let Jesus love my heart entwine. Oh, let me at his feet be found. Whatever guests may me surround. It doesn't say how old she was, but you have your alphabet up here, a little border, your verse, and then a big floral vase there. That one is $16, due by the 25th. Mary Foch, 1821 by Running with Needles and Scissors. She was 8 years old when she did this. Could you imagine? What were you doing when you were 8? I was not doing this, I'll tell you that. All you, my friends, who now expect to see a piece of marking thus performed by me, cast but a smile on this my best endeavor. I'll strive to mend and be obedient ever. And then you have your angels and your birds and flowers scattered about all over. That one is $24, due by the 20th. Next up is Mary Wallace, 1847 by Cross Stitch Antiques. And it looks like Ireland. She's from Ireland. Look at those letters. Kind of, they look big, spaced out. There is a saying in there. I can't read it. It's too small for me to read, even with my glasses on, so forgive me for that. But that's a really beautiful piece with the bright colors. That one is $24, due by the 25th of February. Next up is Mary Wigton by Antique Needleworkers. Thou God seest me. Whoops, sorry. National School, 1852, it looks like. Doesn't say how old she was when she did this, but really sweet piece. That one is $16, due by the 25th. Next up is Matilda Trims the Tree by Finally a Farm Girl. Look at this cute little mouse doing the tree, and you could put in the date there and a little tomato. That's really cute. Look at what's the star on top of the tree, the angel on top of the tree. Super cute piece. Matilda Trims the Tree, $10, due by the 20th. Another sip of water here real quick, if you don't mind. This next one is called MC Sampler by Antique Needleworkers. This looks very Christmas to me, doesn't it? And then you have your old-timey alphabet and then a lowercase alphabet as well. Again, I would say you can change the colors to match your decor, or you can keep them the same, but it has a very Christmas vibe, which is kind of unique. That one is $6.25. It is due by February 25th. Next up is MacLeod fairy flag 30 count linen. So we saw this, I think this is by the Primitive Hair. And this is what the fabric looks like. I feel like we saw this chart. So if you look here, we saw this chart that looked, I think I said like it doesn't look like it's stitching. It was a while ago. It's $28. This is for the 30 count linen, and it's due by the 20th. It's really pretty fabric. And then this is the 40 count, $40. It's probably a fat quarter. $40 for the 40 count. Okay, next up is Melissa Frattenberg, 1831 by Queenstown Sampler Designs. Beautiful alphabet in print and in script. And there's another one. See, our sovereign soul creator lives eternal in the sky, while we mortals yield to nature, bloom a while, then fade and die. She was 11 when she did this. Look at that house. Look at that tree. Really cool piece. This one is $28, due by the 20th. Next up is Merry Christmas Holly by Lucy Beam Love in Stitches. I love this. Look at this. If you have a piece of red fabric sitting around and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, here's your piece, folks. See, she even has red on it, so it's like red on red, but it stands out. You just have to make sure your tone of red floss, right, like is a shade darker or lighter than the red fabric you have. That's $10, due by the 17th. Next up is Merry Mail by Cotton Pixels. Look at that kitty mailing a letter. Probably to Santa asking for toys. That one is $9, due by the 15th. Next up is Merry Minikins by Luminous Fiber Arts. So these are really cute. They look perfect for tags. Again, let's get started on those Christmas stitching so you're not panicking come November, right? Really cute. $12, due today. Next up is Midnight Carnival by Franny Ritter Designs. So this is like very much Halloween piece. You get 4 little charts in this one piece. Oh, and I think while supplies last, they have something. Maybe it's the next one. Maybe it's these tags, these wooden tags. It's $6 for the chart. And I don't see a due date. But let's see if Midnight Carnival kit. Okay, here's your kit. $13 for the kit, due by the 20th. So I assume it's the same. So I assume the kit is the finishing board is what you get. Next is Midnight Posies Pin Pillow by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitcheries. How cute is this? Really sweet little piece. And then look how they finished it with some fabric to extend the pillow and make it a little bit bigger. That one is $7, due by the 17th. Next up is Milady's Posies by Jan Hicks Creates. I really like this one. I love the alphabet. I love the flowers in the middle. And I like these bands over here. Like this is another one. You could split it up if you wanted to. If you just wanted to do the center design or you just wanted to do the alphabet, you could easily split this up. $16, due by the 20th. Next up is Modern Baby Sampler Bouquet and Butterflies by Counting Petals. This is really cool. Look at how they had the name and then the birth date and all the flowers. Really, really cute. That one is $16, due by the 15th, just today. Next up is Modern Baby Sampler Moon and Stars by Counting Petals. Look at here's the moon and the stars shooting off of it. Really pretty. And of course you can change up the colors, for the baby's room or whatever, but really cool. That one is $16, due the 15th today. Next up is Monsta by Elegant Thread. Monsta. It's a crab dressed up as a mummy. That's really funny. That's $12, due by the 17th. So instead of lobster, it's Monsta. I get it now. Months 2025 by Puntini. So this is just a small little piece with each month. And if you are in The Southern Hemisphere, you could just swap out because they use 3 letters for each one. So you could say like maybe this is your July scene, right? Is with snow. So you could just put JUL, right? Instead of December or something. Like I think that would be I mean, I'm sorry you have to keep changing things, but you might be able to do that. That one is $15 due the 15th, but because it's very consistent in how each one, it's only 3 letters, so I think you could change it, is what I'm trying to say. So that one, okay, so next up is Moonflower Patches by Sweet Wing Studio. Look at this beautiful, beautiful piece. Just like simple, small. I don't think it'd take you very long to finish. That one is $7 due by the 20th. Next up is Moonlit Moth by Counting Puddles. Really pretty. Again, it just pops on that dark fabric, doesn't it? $8 due today. Next up is Morning Musings by Lindy Stitches. What good shall I do this day? That is a big fruit bowl and little houses underneath it. Cute. That one is $10 due the 25th. Next up is Morning Prayer by Antique Needleworkers. Give unto us, O Lord, your grace for today. It's a sweet piece. That one is $16 due the 25th. Next up is Mount Vernon 1761 by Finally a Farm Girl. Mount Vernon, Virginia. Here's your alphabet. Here's your big house with a cow and some chickens and some sheep. Mount Vernon, George Washington. Oh, I think you also get Mr. and Mrs. Washington. And, it's a collaboration with Twin Peak Primitives. And you get this drum as well. So a lot that you get for $32 due by the 20th. Next up is Mrs. Brown's Portfolio. This is by Needlework Press. And you get both of these charts. Aren't those pretty? Side by side. It has a verse here. I'm not sure what it says. I can't read it. But look at those bright, bright colors. So $30 and it's due by the 20th. Next up is My Cat Helper by Tiny Modernist. Helping or not. Look, he's all tangled up in the floss. Oh, what a funny boy. Jack definitely loved, when he was younger, he would get into things. Especially when I was knitting, he would steal my ball of yarn and run away with it. It was very cute. Oh, this one was January 2nd. It's 90 stitches by 110, and they stitched it on 32 count Stormy Night Lugana, and it's $9. So you have to watch for that to come out. Next up is My Heart is Fed by Teresa Kogut. My Heart is Fed with Needle and Thread. Look at the kitty playing with, oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? The bird is carrying the string, and the kitty's playing with it. I really like that piece, actually, a lot. That'd be great in your crafting spot. $14 due by the 19th. Next up is My Hometown by Annie Bees. Burlington, Wisconsin, my hometown. Yeah, that looks like Wisconsin to me. With the barn and the flag and the animals on the farm. That's $16 due today. And you can put in your own hometown in there. This one is My Humble Homestead Limited Kit by Running with Needles and Scissors. This is $50. I assume you get the chart and the box. I'm going to assume. I'm not sure. Maybe it will tell us. But that's the chart. $50 due by February 20th. So it doesn't say what you get, but I'm guessing you get the box. Next up is My Stitching Album by Jeanette Douglas. So I think this is an actual album that you get. That's $92 due by today. So in 2008, I began the journey of the My Stitching Album series, a specialty stitch series that was well loved. I have now taken the time to turn it into a book for release at Nashville. So it's my stitching, a specialty stitch series. So you get the whole thing, the specialty stitch series. You may, I mean, it's due today, but you may want to take a moment to go look up Jeanette Douglas and see if she explains further what it is, because I know that's a pricier one, but I think it would be really, really cool. Nativity Frill by Heart and Hand. We're on to the ends. Nativity Frill. So there's our wise men. $6 due by the 20th. Next up is Nativity Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. So she has all these tiny towns, and now she has a nativity one. So that's really cool. So if you've been waiting for a nativity, look at the angel, the Star of Bethlehem, and all that. You could easily get that done by Christmas this year. That one is $13, and it's due by the 20th. I say that not knowing what else you have going on in your life. Just timing-wise, you know. Naughty or Nice Stocking by Teresa Kogut. So it's naughty or nice. Santa's thinking, are you naughty or nice? That one is $14, due by the 19th. This next one is called New Beginnings by Teresa Kogut as well. Hope lies in new beginnings. That's perfect for spring, isn't it? There's a little bird's nest up there. And there's the bunny. Really cute. That one is $14 and due by the 19th. Next up is Oak and Acorn Tart by Blueberry Ridge Designs. So this is perfect for like a little giveaway or small, very autumn. I love that. Placemat or quilt behind it too. That one is $10 due by the 17th. We're in the O's now. This one is October 31st by Annie B's Folk Art. So we have a black kitty cat. October 31st it says, that's a ghost that says boo on its flag. This one is $12 and it's due by the 15th. Next up is Old Green Barn by Sambry Stitches, American Heartland. Look at this green barn. I'm stunned. Becca, you did amazing on this. This is gorgeous. American Heartland. I grew up in Nebraska, which is the Heartland. So this one is $14.50. It's due today. Great job, Becca. This one is called One Froggy Christmas Eve by Finally a Farm Girl. Look at this. It's Mr. and Mrs. Claus, but they are frogs. And they're little elf frog. That's really cute. Jeremiah, Jenny, and Josephine, I guess, are the frog. That one is $12 due by the 20th. Next up is Orphan Annie by Cross Stitch Antiques. So it's a red sampler. There's the Bible motif there, the alphabet. An original sampler inspired by a Bristol orphanage sampler, Amelia Fox, 1868, and a Dallingworth Manor School sampler. So they were inspired by two different samplers and created a new one, an original one. That one is $20 due by the 25th. Next up is Owladay Inn. Get it? Owladay. Praiseworthy Stitches, Happy Halloween. So let's see what's going on here. We have the haunted house with the ghosts, of course. We have all these pumpkins. Look at all these pumpkins in the yard. Ghosts floating around. There's an owl. There's some owls in the trees. There's some owls all around here. There's the moon looking shocked at everything that's happening. There's a black kitty in a wagon. There's kids trick-or-treating. Such fun. That's such a fun piece. That one is due by the 28th, and I don't know how much it is. Next up, let me go back and see if it was just my computer being weird. No, we don't know how much that one is. My guess would be, this is totally a guess, $18. I don't know. Don't quote me. This one's PK's Moth by Kathy Barrick. I know she has another couple moths, but really cute little piece. Look at that frame she found, too, for it. That one is $8 due by the 25th. Next up is Pants by Rebel Stitches Designs. I can't decide what pants to wear, smarty or fancy. That's cute. That's $15 due by the 26th. Next up is Parkington Manor Sampler. Oh my gosh, I love this. By Rosewood Matt. Dang, that Rosewood Manor gets me every time. Look at this. Look at the blues and the flowers. And look, she even put a C in there from Carolyn. I don't think that's why she put the C in there, folks. But I can pretend, right? There's an alphabet up there. There's a beautiful alphabet down here. What's down here? A bird. Oh, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, stunning. $17 due by the 25th. Parkington Manor sampler. I have so many Rosewood Manors, like done, in progress, and that I want to stitch, and that will be another one. Patriotic Bouquet by Samplers and Primitives. Look at this. I'm not a patriotic stitcher, but I really do like this one because of the flowers and I do like the flag, and it's just really cool. That one's $15 due by the 20th. Next up is Patriots Inn by Annie B's Folk Art. I can't read this. It's too small for me. Patriots Inn, there's a big old house with the bunting, the long American flag. Very cool. Very Americana. That one is $16 due today. Next up is Pear Fair by October House Fine Arts. Look at this beautiful pear. The little bird and the two tones. That's gorgeous. That one is $10 due by the 20th. Next up is Peekaboo Birds by Robin Pickens. Again, this fabric and her colors just pop off of these fabrics, doesn't it? Really, really pretty for the birds. That one is $10. Oh, it's due by January 2nd. So you'll just have to keep a watch for when that comes out. That one is small, 66 by 94. Next up is Pick You by Rebel Stitcher Designs. If besties were flowers, I'd pick you. Sweet. I love the flowers she has around there too. That one is $15 due the 26th. Next up is Pigeon and Puddle by the Blue Flower. That's really cute. Look at that pigeon looking at his reflection in the puddle. That's so cute. That one is $10 due by the 20th. They stitched it on a 40 count sleeping bear linen from Needle and Flax. It is 102 by 73. So it says, I used a few lovely cottage garden threads for this design, particularly in the pigeon's neck feathers and the puddle. There are lots of different ways to get fun effects with these. I hope your customers will experiment. Calls for DMC color variation, some cottage garden threads as well. Really cute piece. Next up is Pretty Things by Artsy Housewife. Pretty Things, yes indeed. All these flowers. Really pretty, gorgeous, very geometric shapes. This one is $16 due the 25th. Next up is Prince and the Peas, Prince Frog Thread Keep by the Primitive Hair. So we have another thread keep. Look at that. He does look like a prince, doesn't he? And that one is $18 due by the 20th. This one is Proverbs 31:13 by Dirty Annie's. She seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. And there's her two sheep and the trees. Really pretty. That one is $14.99, and there's no due date on that one. Just assume it's the 20th. The next one, onto the cues, Quaker House Stocking and Sampler by Kathy Barrick. Look at this long stocking with all these Quakers and houses. Oh, I love that one. Really pretty. Really unique shape, too. That one is $18 due on the 25th. Next up is Quaker Medallion by Hello from Liz Matthews. I could recognize this font of hers that she uses. And then she has you know what? I bet it's just this that you're stitching. I bet this is behind is a different piece. I bet it's just that because Quaker Medallion. Let's see. $14 due by the 20th. Quirky Fractors by Twin Peak Primitives. So here are, look at these. Americana fractors. They're like little ornaments. That's $23 due by the 15th. You probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for $23. That would be an amazing deal. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, okay? Red Moon House 1887 by Red Barn Samplers. We're on to the R's. So look at that sweet little piece. They turned it into a pillow. That one is $10. No due date. Let's say the 20th. You can try. This one is Red Sampler Bag by Needlework Press. 19th century sampler bag. The sampler was repurposed at some point into its life as a bag to hold clothespins. I see. So the original, right, was made into a bag to hold clothespins. Really cool. That one is $14, due by the 20th. Next up is Rest in Peace Sampler by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So just a sweet little sampler. Here's some flowers and stuff in there. Really cute. That one's $12, due by the 17th. Next up is Rose McIntyre 1889 by Red Barn Samplers. These are the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the something, they shall inherit the earth. Sorry, I don't know my Beatitudes. Red Barn Samplers. That's $12, due the 20th. I did my best. This one is Royal Tea Fob by The Primitive Hare. So I think you're getting the scissor fob is what you're getting there. That one is $22, due by the 20th. Next up is Sampler Sewing Box by Julia Punti and Tinci. It is $30. So let's see what we get. So you get, I assume you get the box. You get this pattern for this little needle book, the scissor fob, the banner that goes around the box. Right? Yeah. See, they're showing this banner. This must be the other side of it. Or maybe that's the top of it. And then your needle book. And then you can put all your stitching stuff inside the box. So $30, due by the 20th. I'm not 100% sure if you get the box. It just doesn't. They just don't give that information. And that comes from, again, the designers, what information they give. This one is really sweet. It's called Santa Deer by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. I love that red with the blue. Like, I would never think to put those colors together, but really beautiful together. That is $10, due on the 17th. Next up is Sarah H. Hughes, 1826, excuse me, by Cross Stitch Antiques. So let's look at this one. Oh, this is light and very beautiful. It's a Westtown Quaker School sampler from Pennsylvania. So there's a verse in there. I can't read it. It's too light for me to read, but we have our flowers and our border. Really beautiful. That one is $28, due by the 25th. Next up is Sarah Pell, 1878 by Red Barn Samplers. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. She was 10 years old when she did this. That seems like it would go fairly fast for you. A couple colors, just 2 colors. That one is $12, due by the 20th. Next up is Seasonal Blooms, Spring and Summer by Petal Pusher. So you get both summer and spring, and I bet you fall and winter are next, maybe? Look at that spring one. It's really pretty. That one is $12, due by the 24th. Oh, nope. I was wrong. So they must not come out yet. Maybe they'll come out later this year, the other 2 seasons. Sheep Quilt, manufactured by Cotton Pixels. Sheep Quilt. So I think, I'm not sure what you get. I assume you get this. But the sheep also looks like it's stitched. So it's $9.80 due today. So I wonder if you get the quilt and the sheep and then you put it together yourself. That's really cool. The next one is Signs of the Seasons by Thistles. So this one, so each section is a different season. This is summer, this is spring, I assume that says winter, and that says fall or autumn maybe. That one is $16. Oh, it's due by January 2nd. So it's 100 and 100 on the top. The border is 400 by 28. But that's because that's the border that goes all around. So it's just the word, so it'll go fast. The next one is Silent Night by Cotton Pixels. Look at this ornament. Beautiful. On that dark fabric. Or you can do it, I guess, like this. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. I'm not sure if that's the same image. It doesn't look like it's the same image. Anyway, it's $9.80 and it's due today. Sirens of the Sea by Praiseworthy Stitches. Look at this. If you are a sea lover, look at, you have the mermaid, the treasure chest, another mermaid, there's beads. Let us sing of kings, treasure lost in the mysterious deep. Come ye sirens of the sea so deep. That is beautiful. That's really a fun piece. And that fabric is gorgeous. $16 due by the 28th. Next up is Sleep Lovers Santa by Franny Ritter. I love sleep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so Santa's counting his sheep. How cute. And again, the same image, just on different fabrics. So you can see how it plays on different fabrics. And his glass of milk. That's really cute. And his PJs. That one is $7 due on the 20th. This next one is Slow Stitcher Thread Keep by the Primitive Hare. It's a snail thread keep. I think these are wooden thread keeps. That one is $18 due on the 20th. Next up is Snowflakes Are Kisses by Annie Bees. Snowflakes are kisses from heaven. Really cute little snowmen. And the nice thing about snowmen is that you can keep them out through winter, right? Like they aren't just Christmas. That one is $12 due today. Next up is Song of Praise with Wandering Oz by Cricklewood Crossing. And it says, oh, I can't read it. It's a little bit blurry when I blow it up. Something of Wiseman, Star, Heaven, Springing. That one is $12 due by the 20th. Next up is Songs of Praise, Angels We Have Heard. Oh, so these are all Christmas carols. Okay. So these are Christmas carols, Songs of Praise. Angels We Have Heard, also by Cricklewood. Angels We Have Heard on High, sweetly singing over the plains, maybe? That one is $12 due on the 20th. Songs of Praise, Hark the Herald. This would be cute to do all of them in a series. Hark the Herald, Angel Sings, Glory to the Newborn King. To do it like as a series, you know. $12 due by the 20th. Or have them like individually framed, but put them all up next to each other. Joy to the World. Joy to the world, the Lord let earth receive her king. $12 due on the 20th. Once in a Royal David City. I actually don't know this song. Once in a Royal David's stood a something cattle shed where mother laid her baby manger for his bed. Maybe I do know it. It sounds familiar. But anyway, $12 due the 20th. So there's a lot of these songs of praise. Silent Night, that's one of my all-time favorite Christmas ones. Okay, so this is the one we were looking at before that somehow the image got on the other page. But Silent Night, Holy Night, All is Calm, All is Bright. $12 due the 20th. You're going to be set. Wiseman Stand-Ups. Okay, so this is if you want to, I'm not sure. $12 due the 20th. I guess if you want to make them 3D, maybe? I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. All right, the next one is Spooky Jack, limited edition, Praiseworthy Stitches. So, look at this. I think you get this Piscornu, or the chart to make you have to stitch it yourself, folks. But And it looks like it would fit in the top of this. That would be a really cute little setup. $12 due the 28th. Next up is Spooky Sweets by Luminous Fiber Arts. Tricks or Treats. Look at those little pails, really cute. That one is $12 due today. The next one is Spool House by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So here's our house with our tomato and our spools that the house is sitting on. Cute. That one is $12 due the 17th. Next up is Spring Animals Trio by Puntini Puntini. Okay, I love this one. Oh my goodness gracious. There's a bunny, a lamb, and a little cow with a flower crown. Yes, please. I love these. $15 due the 15th. Next up is Spring Blooms by Wildflower Stitching. Really pretty. So there's you could split this up if you wanted to, but you certainly don't have to. And it's really hard to see. I almost missed it as well, but there's this really kind of like tone-on-tone border there. This one is $10 due by the 18th. Next up is Spring Floral Sampler by Sweet Wing Studio. So you have your sampler in the background with some numbers and then your spring flowers there getting ready to bloom. That one is $7.50 due the 20th. We're getting there, folks. Next up is Spring Garden at Cranberry Manor by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. Look at this sweet little piece. There's little chipmunks. There's squirrels, I guess they are. There's a house. I just love all the reds and pinks together. I think that's a really sweet piece. That would make a great, even like Valentine piece to put up Valentine's Day, just because of the colors. That one is $13 due on the 17th. Next up is Spring Quilt Barn by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. So here's a barn in that same kind of colorway, the reds and the pinks, and it's really, really pretty. Getting ready for spring, folks. This one is $13 due the 17th. Next up is Spring Sampler by Puntini Puntini, and so we have our alphabet, again, goes in that same as the other one. It goes in the zoop, 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 the arcs, I guess you would say. There's a little bird's nest, an umbrella, a watering can, bunny. It's really cute, really sweet. That one is $12 due today. Next up is Spring Sunshine by Jan Hicks Creates. Really sweet piece. Look at this. All those bright colors. It's a spring in there and the butterflies and all that. Really, really pretty. That one is $8 due by the 20th. Next up is Spring Trio of Rabbits by Cricklewood Crossing. So we have a bunny there, we have a bunny there, and a bunny there. Cute, holding a mushroom. Very cute. That one is $12 due the 20th. So you get all three for $12. That's a great deal. This next one is called Starlight Starbright by Thistles. So again, getting you ready for Christmas stitching. 2 little star ornaments with different motifs and alphabets on them. Really sweet. That one is $14 due the 20th. They are 199 by 120, so they're bigger than I thought. Stitch on 28 count. They used gas and 1 week's color floss. Next up is Starry Starry Night Biscornu by Cosford Rise Stitchery. This is pretty. Isn't that pretty with the dark fabric? I think that's really gorgeous. That one is $10 due by the 26th. Next up is Stars and Stripes Stacker by Praiseworthy Stitches. So you get all 3 biscornus and you set them up like this, like a stacker. So you're kind of making like Uncle Sam here. Really great patriotic piece. $20 for all 3 biscornus due the 28th. Stitcher's Glossary by Hello from Liz Matthews. So we have, I don't know if they have all the letters of the alphabet or what, but thread, fabric, pattern, Ada, sampler, linen, stitch, needle, or some of them at least. $14 due the 20th. Really cute. And you can pick and choose which ones you want. This next one is called Stitches Be Sweet by Jeanette Douglas. Ooh, this is really pretty. Look at those soft colors. Stitches Sweeten the Soul. That's really pretty. Really, really pretty. That one is $30 due today. Next up is Stitching Misfits by Cricklewood Crossings Stitching Misfits Certified Support Group. We're not misfits, are we, folks? That one is $10, due the 20th. Next up is Strawberries for Susan by Cosford Rise Stitchery. So it looks like a couple of, are they skunks? And a porcupine or hedgehog in a wheelbarrow, and there's little strawberries around. I don't know my animals very well, folks. I'm sorry. Maybe they're badgers, not skunks. Maybe they're badgers. I bet they're badgers. This one is $10, due the 26th. I bet they're badgers. Oh my gosh. Strawberry Goose Witch by Fine Frog Stitching. How amazing is this? This is hilarious. Here's your spring goose with the little pink hat on it. That's hilarious and amazing. That one is $11, due the 25th. That's so funny. Next up is Strawberry Milk by Annie B's Folk Art. Strawberry Milk comes from pink cows, and there's your pink cow with a heart on it. Cute. That would be cute also to just set out a Valentine's Day just because of the colors, you know. That one is $12, due today. Next up is Summer Feels by Artsy Housewife. Summer Feels. So this is a great summer piece with your tomatoes and your pears and your blooms all around. There's your summer bee. Really pretty. That fabric is gorgeous. That one is $14, due the 25th. All right, we're getting there, folks. 55 more to go, which I know sounds like a lot, but it'll go fast because we've already been through 300. Okay, so this next one is Summer Sampler by Puntini Puntini. So it's the same alphabet. And then we have our summer motif, swimming, ice cream, barbecue, watermelon, coconut, that sort of thing. Really cute. That one is $12, due today. Next up is Summer Swan by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So here's our Summer Swan. We saw another one earlier. I can't remember which one it was, but the swan and the patriotic with the wreath around the neck. So that will be added to your series. That one is $12, due the 17th. Next up is Sun Soaked by Hello from Liz Matthews. So beautiful flowers in a vase. Just bright and colorful for summer. That one is $12, due the 20th. Next up is Sweet Spring. This is by Samplers and Primitives. Ooh, here's a nice big picture. Look at that bunny. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Its face is so darling. And there's another bunny over there. Little acorns and butterflies. That's a sweet, sweet piece. Okay, so that one is $12, due the 20th. Next up is Sweet Strawberries by Heart and Hand. A, B, and C, Sweet Strawberries for Thee. Cute little piece. And again, you could, if you wanted to, just do like this. You would have to like bring the border or bring the stock down, but you could if you wanted to. $10, due the 20th. Next up is Sweeter Than Honey by Silver Creek Samplers. Our love story is Sweeter Than Honey. So that's a really sweet piece. And then you can put your initials and the date you got married. That'd be also a really fun, kind of unique and different wedding sampler to do for somebody. That one is $14, due the 20th. Next up is Tattered Spring by Hello from Liz Matthews. You belong among the wildflowers. I love that saying. There are always flowers for those who choose to see them. And you see like the border here, and it's like fringed a little bit. That one is $14, due the 20th. Next up is Tea, Queen of the Needle by The Primitive Hare. So I think this is a needle book for tea. Tea time is comfort, and time is spelled like the spice, or like the herb, I should say. Then you have your tea canisters. So we saw the, I think the coffee one earlier. And then inside you have your needles. That one is $16, due the 20th. Next up is Tea Smart Thread Keep by The Primitive Hare. So again, another one of, I think it's wooden. And then you get the cardstock ones as well. That one is $24, due the 20th. Next up is The Apprentice by Autumn Lane. Look at this little squirrel getting into trouble there. That is so cute with his little potion, and those colors are just Beautiful. That one is $13 due the 20th. Next up is the Beehive Sampler by Samplers and Primitives. Look at this. Look at this alphabet and this kind of script. It's really pretty. And then you have your bee stuff down here. Love that one. That one is $14 due the 20th. Next up is The Florist. Oh my gosh, by Artsy Housewife. I love this too. There's an orange cat with flowers. Oh, there's a lady. I thought the cat was carrying the flowers. No, there's a lady there, and the cat's kind of like, what are you doing, crazy woman? That one is $14 due the 25th. Next up is The Frog Prince. This is, I think it is a stitch piece, so you are stitching that piece. Looks like that is metallic. That one is $18 due the 20th. And I imagine, okay, so this is from earlier that we saw the Frog Prince thread keep from earlier. And then this is the actual stitching piece. Next up is Gathering Gourd by Finally a Farm Girl. Looks like she's finished it as a stand-up. But here's your gourd, like a house. There's a little fox there. And there it shows you that it's done as a stand-up. That one is $12 due the 20th. Next up is The Higher the Hair by Dirty Annie's. The higher the hair, the closer to Jesus. That's funny. That's $10.99, and that's due the 25th. Next up is The Miracle of You by Silver Creek Samplers. Sent from heaven's brightest star, what a miracle you are. That's really sweet. And that would be a really cool baby sampler because they have a baby right there. Is that a baby? I assume that's a baby. And you could fit in somewhere like the baby's name and birth date and all that. That one is $13 due the 20th. This next one is The Moth of Mother Shipton by The Primitive Hare. Ooh, that looks so real, doesn't it? That looks so real. That one is $16 due the 20th. Next one is The Mother Shirley Sampler by Elegant Thread. And you have a lot of these little motifs. These look like specialty stitches in each of these motifs. So it's a great way to practice your specialty stitches. That one is $20 due the 17th. Next up is The Old Schoolhouse by Thistles. And it's a schoolhouse with a little sun. And doesn't this look like school, like your old slate that you used to write your numbers and your alphabet? That's really cool how they did that. That one is $8 due the 20th. Next up is The Patron Saint of Cats by Dirty Annie's. Yes, please. Saint Gertrude of Nivelles. I can't read all that. We pray for protection of our dearly beloved pets. We pray for their long life, good health, and protection from harm. God has graced us with the love of his heavenly creatures. We pray that this love may grow stronger and everlasting. I can read it. That's really cool. I really like that one. That one is $20.99, and it's due the 25th. Patron Saints of Cats. This one is called The Potting Bench No. 1 by Blueberry Ridge Designs. Look at that. And look how they have it finished there with the fabric and stuff. That's really cute. That one is $16 due the 17th. The Shepherd's Year. This is July by October House Fiber Arts. So that's a sheep on a hill, Americana Hill maybe. That one is $8 due the 20th. Another great patriotic piece. Next up is The Shepherd's Year June. So we have the sheep on a hill with a different motif in it. So there must be one for each month. So that's cool. And then you can just replace them, each month. So that one is $8 due the 20th. The Spring Begins by Samplers and Primitives. Blossom by blossom, the spring begins. That's a really pretty piece. Isn't that? Look at that house. I like the colors in that. That one is $14 due the 20th. Next up is The Strawberry Patch by October House Fiber Arts. So there's your strawberry. And again, you can just do there's your strawberry basket. Bits and pieces of this one if you want to, pull it out and do a small or do it all together, however you want. That one is $10 and it's due the 20th. The next one is The Summoner by Autumn Lane. Ooh, this one is spooky. So we have The Summoner. I know some of you will really like this. So a lot of dark stitching, but great Halloween piece. That one is through it's $14 due the 20th. Next up is The Voice of the Garden by Samplers and Primitives. So look at this giant bee. The hum of bees is the voice of the garden is what it says. Really pretty. That's a huge bee too. And that one is $16 due the 20th. This one is Thistle Biscornu by Wildflower Stitching. So you really pretty colors on that light. It's like a light pink or light purple fabric. I can't quite tell. That one is $12 due the 18th. Next up is Tiny Angels by Dirty Annie's. I feel like this one already. No, it was a similar one that was released, I think, last year with an angel. This one is really sweet, though. I really like this one. That one is $14.99 due the 25th. Next up is Tiny Quaker Etoile Kit Limited Edition by Praiseworthy Stitches. So this is a kit. So I assume, this looks like a needle roll. This is a fob, scissor fob perhaps, and a tomato. So I'm not sure what all is included in the kit. Pre-order date is the 28th and it's $20. Next up is Tiny Stockings number 2 by Franny Ritter. So these are really cute. There's a puppy, a penguin with a real bell on there. That's a teddy bear, it looks like, and a little gingerbread house with a bird. Little tiny stockings, so really cute. $6 for all 4 of those. And that one is due the 20th. Next up is Tomato Harvest by Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. Look at this. Tomato. I love that it's written in purple. There's the scissors. Harvest. Really unique piece. This one is $12 due the 17th. Next up is Travel Together Series number 1, Trip and Voyage. This is by Jeanette Douglas. So she's going to have a series of traveling together. And here we have a hot air balloon, Trip and Voyage. Really cool. And look at those suitcases. Super cool. And look at that old-timey camera. That one is $10 due the 15th. I love her stuff. Here's number 2, Wander. I'm wondering if these all go on one piece of fabric together. I'm not sure. But we have our plane. We have our map of the world. Wander and Wonder. Another plane. Really cool pieces. $10 due today. Next up is Trick or Treat by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Really bright colors. Trick or Treat. Look at that candy piece. Finished in a round. Look at those ghosties too. Spooky. That one is $13 due the 20th. All right. Next up is another one called Trick or Treat. This one is by Luminous Fiber Arts. So this is why it's important to list the designer, not just the name of the chart, right? So Trick or Treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. It's a cat. That's funny. That one is $12 and due the 15th. 20 more to go, guys. Oh, this is the same one. This is a repeat. 19 to go. This is called Turtle Tidings Ornament by Counting Puddles. Look at this turtle with a little hat. This is so cute and I love these colors so much. That is darling. That is so darling. That one is $8 due the 15th. It's such a cute one. 12th Day of Christmas Sampler and Tree by Hello from Liz Matthews. So she has this whole series, and this is the last in the series, where you can do either kind of the flat frame piece or the tree. So this is number 12. This is $14 due the 20th. So that wraps up that series. This next one is called Twilight Zone by Franny Ritter Designs. It is not spooky, despite the name. Look at the little kitty cat. Unless you're scared of cats, I guess it could be spooky. That one is $8 due the 20th. Next up is Two Donkey Samplers by Needlework Press. So this must be the original. Or maybe that's the original. I can't quite tell. But that's what you will be stitching. Very interesting. That's $12 due the 20th. I would love to know the story behind that. This one is called Two Sisters 1809 Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. So there's Sister 1 and Sister 2. There's a little lamb. There's the church and an alphabet. That's a really pretty, again, you can just pull out what you want if you wanted to. Really pretty piece. That one is $16 due today. This next one is Vintage Centerpiece and Bouquet by Pedal Pusher. Look at the colors in that. So bright. Perfect for summer on that fabric. Gorgeous. That one is $12 due the 24th. Next up is Vintage Hearts Kit by Elegant Thread. And it looks like you stitch it in like a little, not quite biscornu, but almost like a little ball, and it goes in a glass container. I'm not sure what you get in the kit. It is $36 and it's due the 17th. I assume maybe you get the glass thing to put it in. I'm not sure. Walk with Nature. This is by Sambry Stitches. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. John Moore. So it's another little nature piece. Look at that little frog. Very cute. That one is $11 due the 15th today. Next up is Weather Springtime Florals by Robin Pickens. Sweater Weather Springtime Florals. That makes more sense. This one, look at the pastels and then the bright colors in the center. That's really pretty. That one is $12 due the 20th. Next up is Wild and Free by Counting Puddles. Look at this horse. Look at this horse. Wouldn't that be gorgeous for like a kid's bedroom who loves horses? I think that would be beautiful. That one is $12 due today. Next up is Windermere Basket by Rosewood Manor. I'm not going to read all that. My eyes are kind of going, they're kind of strained from doing this for so long. So you can take a screenshot. Here, let me push over. You can take a screenshot and blow it up and read that. And then we have all the birds in there and whatnot. So another gorgeous one from Rosewood Manor. That one is $17 due the 25th. Next up is Winifred's Ride by Finally a Farm Girl. This one's a little easier for me to read. The day of brooms as witches' steeds has given way to modern needs, and now in style and stems of green they ride around this Halloween. Cute. That one is $16 and due the 20th. Almost there, folks. This one is Winter Sampler by Puntini, so it's our Joop Joops. And then our winter motifs, so really sweet little motifs. There's that cardinal right there in the center, the mittens, the little happy snowman, really cute. That one is $12 due today. So you can get the whole series from Nashville and just work on it this year. This next one is called Which Way by Cricklewood Crossing. Cemetery Lane, Dead's End, Haunted House. Which Way? Used plot for sale, one owner. That's funny. And there she is sitting on a pumpkin. Cute. Now that one is $12. It's 197 wide by 204 high. They stitch on 40 count and it calls for a DMC floss. Next up is Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane. Look at this. Look at this. If you are a Halloween stitcher, this is your piece. There's so much going on and so much to see. It looks like it's full coverage. I love how what would be the grass is actually orange. I mean, and the sky is purple. That just gives it very Halloween spooky vibes, but it's not like scary spooky. That one is $14 due the 20th. Witch's Hollow. Next up is called Within a Dream by Artsy Housewife. A dream within a dream. So that's definitely like Halloween, right? That's cool. That's a long one. That one is $16 by the 25th. So I don't know how big it is, but it looks really long. And that border's really thick. Next up is Wizardly Newt by Fine Frog Stitching. So here's our other little critter. Very cute. His tail's on fire, it looks like. But it's fine because he's a wizard. That one is $8 due the 25th. This one is Words to Live By Summer Edition by Sambry Stitches. So she has sunny days, s'mores, popsicles, really cute. Look at that. Look at that sandcastle she made. Very cute. There's a popsicle, s'mores, really, really fun little piece there. That one is $8.50 due today. Next, we have Ye Old Red House Sampler by Rosewood Manor. Oh, look at that alphabet. And then the red house, of course. Why not throw two more in there? Two more little ones. Really gorgeous piece. That one is $17 due to the 25th. And our last but not least piece is You Are My Sunshine by Sweet Wing Studio. You are my sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Really, really pretty piece there. That one is $8 due the 20th. What happens if we go next? We go back to 1. I'm just kidding. I won't make you watch all over again. All right, everyone. I will come back on the screen so I can see your beautiful faces. All right, so let me know what you think. I pulled out my piece of paper, but I was so caught up in reading everything that I completely forgot to write anything down. So I'm going to go back through and look through and make some notes on things that I think I want to pre-order. Some were on the 15th, which is today, which it may be too late, but especially by the time this goes up, because I'm on the West Coast, so I know I'm like in the earlier side, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a Rosewood Manor I'm for sure going to order. I think one of the Jan Hicks I'm going to order. So there's a lot of great stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's on your pre-order list today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.